What is everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us, and then we answer questions from you, the people. But first, I want to say, how y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing on this Monday night, this Monday Eve? Tom, how are you?
Oh, you know, man. I'm out here and I'm seeing that the Stream Elements chat thingy is still going on because I signed us up for HelloFresh sponsor, and that's over already. So I'm just like, how do I turn this off now? And now
Oh,
I'm freaking out because I'm going to
I see, I see, I see, I see.
streamelements.com, and I'm like, what the hell, man? If it's off, then you should just fucking not be in there. uh,
Just get out.
as some people would say, peachy keen, peachy
Peachy Keen.
keen.
Peachy Keen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing about the same. I've, I had my mom visiting this weekend, which was awesome. But Juniper's at an age now where like walks are her favorite thing, and I think I'm walking like 9 miles a day at this point, which is cool.
Which is good.
But
Yeah.
I'm also in my 30s, and I'm like not used to walking 9 miles a day. So my body's like, hold on, hold up, your hip and knee is gonna hurt. Just letting you know for a couple days as we get used to this. So other than a bit of soreness, I'm gonna go take a bath after this. It'll be fine. I'm good though, man. I'm still, in that magic world. I was just telling Tom I got a bunch of cards in today. I'm excited to add to my Brea deck.
Also
Uh,
shiny.
I'm excited for that Memnarch is from the vaults. I'm excited for this Mystic Forge. It says I can look at the top card of my library at any time. I may cast the top card of my library if it's an artifact card, and then I can tap and pay 1 life and exile the top card of my library if I don't care for it. So get that top deck
I was gonna say
manipulation,
that top
baby.
deck manipulation comes really handy, and my ninja commander could do that, which is really nice because like, ooh, if I just want to keep ninjutsuing out some stuff,
Oh,
then
because it
that's.
like basically scries, right?
So I
Essentially.
could look at the top three. I take one, put it in my hand, and then I could do whatever I want with the other two. Or I could put the next two on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Okay,
like,
I
all
see.
right. So
That
yeah,
ain't bad. It's
it's
like a
it's
sleight of hand built into a commander.
yeah, but it's my first ever deck that I'm building from the ground up, so it's very like okay, let's see how this
It's
goes. And
exciting.
well, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, as someone who
Are all the
hasn't
other ones precons that you built upon,
correct.
or
Uh,
someone else built for you?
all of them. Mark built me the Nicol Bolas one, but then
Right.
everything else, precons that I upgraded.
Mm.
Going through command zone and then just being like, okay, what do I like? And then I was like, I like doing this stuff. And then, um, yeah, that's pretty much the thing I really like
Watching
about.
some videos, doing some EDH rec, like seeing what
No,
lines up.
no,
No.
no, not
Oh.
no EDH rec, no net
No
decking at all.
studying.
No.
Well, there's a difference between net decking and research.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would see
If
maybe
I was
what
net decking, I wouldn't be putting this in my fucking deck.
because I mean a lot of people have been, they would say they'll like put like certain cards in that are like, hey, this commander, this is the best cards to use. I'm like, I want to keep it zombie tribal, and then some
Hmm.
zombies are like, I'm going to put that zombie. It's like, I don't want to put that zombie in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, so it's not too much setting, but enough to be like, all right, I'm not being
I know what I
ignorant.
want to put in. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I essentially go to either EDH rec and look at some cards here and there, and then I go to Scryfall and I'll type in specific, like, oh, I know I want, whenever I play an artifact, and I'll put that into Scryfall and I'll see the list of cards that say, whenever you play an artifact, and I'll be like, oh, I like that, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that.
Hmm.
But anyway, enough about Magic the Gathering.
Oh, I mean,
Uh,
and we're not going to talk about it because we don't have the news topic in there. But I want, God damn it, this fucking stream elements thing on the chat. But I wanted to share with everyone because I shared this with Corey. Because Corey was watching some Rings of Power and we were talking about it for a little bit, and then I told him this morning, that I have a Kevin Smith moment, and it was just like, fucking spoilers, man.
yeah.
And it just spoiled the complete ending of the show, or the first season. I was like,
One of the things, I mean,
bro.
there's a few other things you still look forward to, and you get to see how they do it still. I mean, Tom, you've always said, I don't care,
Yeah.
what, I mean, but it's a big one. I don't, we
To
won't go
me,
into, obviously, we're not going to spoil anything here, but
it
like,
was as big as, like, I would say, the the ending, the surprise ending of the Batman.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, dude, come on, man. Like
Yeah.
that's like that was something like they even did like weeks later that they're like, cool, here's the scene of the end of the Batman so people can watch it. It's like, okay, cool. Like now if you haven't watched it, you haven't. This was the weekend of, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
the
on,
internet is sucks sometimes.
they just want them clicks, baby. They just want them clicks. So
It's unfortunate. Well, when you watch it, if you're still gonna watch it, let me know what you think about how it was done, because I think it was pretty cool. I could go on a whole rant about how the internet has. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic for our rant page on our Discord. Check it out. It's free. It's open to everybody. And I went off a little bit. But here we are with the news.
Corey, first time ever ranting in that channel, he goes off. That's it. That's him. That's me. I use that shit all the time.
I know. I'm usually like, oh, I don't want to ruffle feathers.
I want to trouble.
I was like, my going off time was, I'm a little disappointed. That's how I think I started it.
It's quite challenging.
I'm a little disappointed. I've been challenged this morning.
How's everyone doing in the chat? How's Brad? How's Surma? How's Raph? How's T-Dog? Johnny Horror?
A new card to be in my deck, Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Oh, that card. Oh, that card.
Is that Naked Man?
I think that's the one that says tap and add a mana for like every enchantment you control. Does that sound?
That's the big green Naked Man, right?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, Dryad Elysian Grove. That's big Naked Man. That's the.
Oh, that's the one that lets you play extra lands, right?
That is a green giant Naked Man.
Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Your lands are every basic land type in addition to their other types. I guess. That's. How would that interact with Blood Moon, Tom? Because non-basic lands are mountains. I guess that would override it. And then lands you control are every basic land type in addition to the other type. So it would change it to a mountain, but that mountain then would also be a swamp, a forest, a plains.
They would all have their name, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, I'm sorry that you're in physical pain. I saw one of your first things you said was you're physically unwell and everything hurts for no reason. But I hope some nice natural remedies.
You know what he needs? Burgies.
No, fucking no.
I took my mom to get burgies.
That's good for the soul.
At the magic spot. That's what I mean.
Soul. Not good.
We went there. I've wanted to take her there for a couple years now, so it's very exciting that I got to take her for burgies.
Surma, congratulations! 9 years of marriage.
Hey.
I'll cheers that with my 31 years of stag being. Is that thing being stag? It's not stagnant, but like being
adventuring solo.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But that's awesome.
Single player.
Yeah, single player. Playing the longest game of God of War for the longest time. Johnny Hort, crazy night from work. Play Dark Souls 3. Now taking a short break before I fight against the Dancer again. Oh, good game. I'm excited. I want to see the Elden Ring. If they have a DLC, but Corey, you should play Elden Ring.
I've heard I should play Elden Ring
on PC for sure.
Yeah,
on PC. But don't play Gotham Knights apparently on console.
Apparently.
Yeah, if everyone doesn't know, it's on consoles locked at 30 frames per second, but if you're on that PC life,
60 minimum.
Yeah, so that's
60 or more is what it said. Yeah. So we'll see. But you also have the history of like Arkham Knight when it came out on PC. Do you remember that?
Ooh.
Fucking dumpster fire.
Ooh, you mean when it couldn't come out on PC and then they had to just redact the game?
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, it's no more.
Ignore Stream Elements, everybody.
Ignore them. Fuck them.
Ignore them.
Fuck Stream Elements.
Well, let me get started with the news here, and then we could just answer some questions. Or I guess we got a few more minutes. Do y'all put your questions in either in the Discord? Put them in the chat now. Tom will be taking notes on any of them. Or you can, questions. What is it? nerdon.tv/questions, or is it questions? You can email us at questions@nerdon.tv as well.
Both of those. Yeah. Both of those work.
All of them work. Give us the question. It's you know what? It's now you know who's on tonight. You could cater your questions to Tom and Corey.
Yeah.
If there's anything you've been dying to hear the two of us talk about,
Yeah.
you can ask away. We're here. I would even be willing to dive into some is a hot dog a sandwich type questions tonight.
Oh.
If that's what it takes to get more questions in the chat,
Oh.
I'll do it. I'll get frustrated. I'll get angry. You might see the vein right here, but I'll do it for the do it for the gram.
Do it for the
Tom.
gram. But before we get started, let's go ahead and do some fun clappy claps, right?
Oh yeah,
Claps for funs.
this is Josh.
This is a soup.
Oh God.
Oh, it begins. The question. I see it. The
There,
question.
that makes more
Ethan.
sense. I was like, yogurt or soup doesn't make sense because soup like has, I guess tomato, but it's blended. Yogurt's not
No,
blended like tomato soup.
yogurt's a culture.
Yeah. Is soup a yogurt? Is tomato soup a yogurt?
No, it's a paste.
Oh.
It's a runny paste. It's so runny.
So runny.
Thank you, Johnny, for joining us in that clap. I hope Brad's still around. He can give us the clap. But you want to do the questions?
Yeah, let me start the news first because it's sad. And then you could try to pick us back up. There was actually two people we lost
a lot of sad news
in this last week. Two greats. The first one I'm going to talk about is Angela Lansbury, who you may know as Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast, but was also in originating the part in Sweeney Todd of Mrs. Lovett's Meat Pies. And that one was a sad one for me. Or Murder, She Wrote. Maybe y'all know Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury. My grandma used to watch Murder, She Wrote like it was a religion. And she passed away this last week, as well as Hagrid himself, Robbie Coltrane. Some of you may also know him from James Bond, which is where I first learned of him, especially from that 007 GoldenEye game.
That's where I got him from. Is from 007. 007.
Yeah.
So.
But as Rubius Hagrid in the Harry Potter film franchise, a lot of love and outpour. I know at least at the Los Angeles Wizarding World at Universal, they held a wand vigil, as they do in the movies, for Robbie Coltrane, which I thought was really touching. Obviously, some people have said some really kind words. I think one of my favorite posts someone from the cast made was actually Rupert Grint, and who played Ron, and he was just very upfront and basically said that he was exactly like Hagrid, and he made us feel safe and warm, and it's just that was a tough one. But one of my favorite things people have shared, which I don't know if you've seen this, Tom. You might have. Did you watch the anniversary?
It's the behind the scenes where he says my kids and their kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, I think you'll easily be watching this 50 years in the future. And he goes, I won't be here, but Hagrid will be. And I thought that was really sweet.
You know what's the worst thing about that? I sent that video to Mikey the day before.
Really?
And I was like, thought about you, man. And I sent it, and then he was just like, oh, he's like, oh, I think he said something like, you're a wizard, Harry, right? And I was like, right.
And then you woke up.
And then the next day, I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Then I was like, oh my God. And it was like, to me, I was like, it just became that perfect storm of just like how that video hits way harder now, where it was just like, this was going around the internet already. And then all of a sudden, like, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was, he's Hagrid, especially. I thought when I read the books, there's a few people in those movies who really nailed exactly how I envisioned them as a child reading those books. And Hagrid was like on the nose how I read him in the books. And I thought, he's always been one of my favorite characters. I think we talked about this in some of our Harry Potter episodes, where I'm like, y'all can't get enough of Snape, but Hagrid's been here since day one supporting these kids, and got kicked out of Hogwarts and didn't complain about it for something he didn't do, because they were racist against giants. It is what it is. But R.I.P. to both of them. Rest in power, queens and kings. That's my news. Enough bringing it down, Tom. What you got?
I mean, I was going to talk about the Angela Lansbury thing, but that's okay.
Oh, please go ahead.
No,
Sorry, sorry,
no,
sorry,
I
sorry.
mean, you pretty much covered everything, but I was just like, oh, I thought you were just only doing the Robbie Coltrane one. I was
I
like,
was just
ding.
gonna do all the sad shit,
Okay, I was like, ding
and
ding.
then
But here's some more sad shit. Guess what? Your childhood is dead. G4TV got their plug pulled, because
yeah.
goddamn Comcast. But yeah, it's
Did you
crazy.
watch any of the new stuff?
I saw some of their anniversary stuff and their like revival stuff on YouTube, but I don't have cable, so I don't watch anything on TV.
Yeah.
But it was just really crazy because I was on stream yesterday. I was making a Gundam, and I just started bringing up like, oh man, old anime on G4TV, and then Ethan was just like, what's G4TV? I was like, are you serious? Are you fucking? Because Ethan's really smart. Some of y'all who watch us are like way smarter than I am, and like will like clown on me, and I'm just like, are they clowning on me right now, or like, do they really not know? And I was like, do you not know about Olivia Munn eating like hot dogs that are hanging from the ceiling? Or like Morgan Webb and Adam Sessler and X Play. Then they were like, oh, like this just got canceled today. I was like, are you serious? And so it's really unfortunate. There's like, I wouldn't say I'm like connected to or anything like that, but it's more like someone that I watch a lot on YouTube. Their friend is Gina Darling, and she was one of the main hosts for G4, and I follow her now, and she's pretty funny, and like the entire G4 cast like just clowns on her, and so like seeing her post today, she was like, she's like, it's been real. I made some friends for life. Now I'm gonna go die. And then I was just, she has that kind of humor where like she just is like very aggressive, as Corey would say. But no, that happened. So that was very unfortunate. Oh man, so many things today. So many things has happened.
Uh-huh.
Creed 3 images have arrived.
Oh yeah.
With when you talk about a Rocky movie, you're talking about like a Creed movie. It's always like all you need to do to sell it is like, okay, is the lead back, and who are they fighting? And so it was Mr. T. Then it was Ivan Drago, right? And now he's going to fight Jonathan Majors. So for all you MCU freaks, it's Killmonger versus Kang the Conqueror. It's I don't there's I don't know. Aaron Cross, because he played Aaron Cross recently, I think on Amazon, versus Lovecraft Country. Jonathan Majors has been rising to me as like this huge star. Like his momentum.
I thought you were gonna go with Nat Love.
Yeah, I could.
Harder They Fall.
I could go with that. And I would almost say like Jonathan Majors, kind of like his momentum in stardom has kind of like matched, or Lashana Lynch's stardom has kind of matched each other, where they're just rising. They're just like becoming the part of the biggest movies ever. Lashana Lynch, if you don't know, was in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as a character I won't spoil, and then also in Obi-Wan Kenobi show as a character I won't spoil. But it's just like two big franchises, and then she was also in Woman King. I was just like, oh my god. I was like, she's in everything now. And Jonathan Majors is in everything now. It was just like, man, it's like it's cool to see new stars for me, because it's like, oh, like I get to kind of experience what it's like to see the brand new action heroes and stuff like that.
Oh man, I mean I only knew her from
Obi-Wan?
like yeah. Yeah. Wow. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's exploding, and I'm really excited. And Jonathan Majors is exploding, and I'm really excited. And then transitioning into that, I'm just gonna start popping off, throwing little things. Harrison Ford has apparently been tapped to play Thunderbolt Ross for the MCU, replacing William Hurt, R.I.P. again. More R.I.P.s, baby. And I saw one tweet that was like, man, they right though. And Corey, I think you might like this, where it was like, Stephen Lang is right there. It's like, he was right there. He totally was right there. And they were for Harrison Ford playing Thunderbolt Ross, because he ends up becoming the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
And so it's like Harrison Ford, famously doesn't really give a shit about giant franchises, even though like he's always loved in them.
Mhm.
And so it's like, do you think he'll ever do the CGI? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I think
Stephen Lang was right there.
he was right there, baby. But you know what he's in? He's in
Hashtag
Avatar
that's
2.
my cable.
He's in Avatar 2, baby. So who
Is
knows?
he?
Yeah,
Wait.
he's a Navi.
Whoa.
Yeah, like and that's the thing
I
where
I
like
haven't watched the first one since it was in theaters. I thought he died.
he did.
Oh.
And the thing is like he died, right? And then but then you can literally see like a Navi
Oh,
that looks just
spoilers
like him.
from 14 years ago.
Right? But man, he's so good. He's also very much like what's his name? What's his name? Is his name just Soldier? From Small Soldiers, the Tommy Lee Jones toy.
Oh, he looks
He's just
exactly
him.
like
It's
that.
just him.
Yeah.
They just modeled him. Anyways, so the last two things are kind of like touchy topics, I'm going to say, before we get into the fun of questions. Who's familiar with the video game franchise Bayonetta?
Me.
Do you know the hubbub about it?
Yes.
So Bayonetta
Yep.
3 is on the horizon, after Nintendo's Direct where they featured 4,000 farming games. They also talked about Pikmin 4 and then Bayonetta 3. And Helena Taylor, who portrays the titular character in the main role for the franchise, has been vocal on the internet and has asked people to boycott the third game because when she was asked back to voice, she was only offered $4,000 for this franchise that has made I think she said the numbers like it's sold over 130 million copies total between games, and so it's kind of like a it's not even kind of it's a disrespectful kind of number to give to an actor who's reprising their role, who has been there especially to return as the character, and a lot of people will try to downplay voice actors and stuff like that instead of it's the same craft, if not it's a whole new craft in a different dimension which requires a different set of skills and perseverance, and it's a very sticky situation because I think a lot of people sided with her and then they turned their eyes and vitriol and ire to Jennifer Hale, who we've had on the show, who has voiced multitudes of characters in video games and animation audiobook, because she is now playing the role, and it's a big kind of dumpster fire of people are angry, half of them rightfully so, second half of them they obviously just don't care and they just want to be angry and they don't know how to direct their anger. And it's very unfortunate, but the cool thing has been a lot of cool heads kind of winning the conversation. A lot of voice actors have been like, hey, like Jennifer Hale is the best of all of us, and like she's not someone that deserves what's happening, and she's under NDA and she's said everything she can say about the situation and how kind of where she's at, and she's in the role, and she's like, don't forget that there's actually hundreds and thousands of people who make this, and so just know again where your ire should be targeted is not at one particular person, but at decision makers, and that's the thing. So it's that's a big old deal. Bayonetta 3. I have the first two games. I obviously I'm not going to buy the third game because I haven't played the first two, so I'm not going to say where you should go but you can look it all up. It's on the internet, it's up there. And then the last bit of news, Corey, are you ready? Are you ready to just event horizon your eyeballs? Because
Ezra Miller faces 26 years in prison if convicted.
No.
Oh.
Again, I'm not gonna. No DC boy tonight.
Sorry.
Corey was like, "Are you gonna talk about Henry Cavill?" I was like, "No, I'm not gonna talk about anything until it's like finalized."
Yeah. Fair. Event Horizon.
NBC, NBC.
I'm familiar.
So NBC, NBC, Paramount, Disney, Warner Bros., all these big O studios, right? They have these accelerator programs to help women of color or LGBTQ writers and directors, people of color writer directors like myself, right? What to get into TV to elevate the voices that aren't really heard too much in the mainstream, right? It's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. You don't fucking hear about it unless you're like in the know and you have everything subscribed. So you could get the newsletters and you just want to die because your email's exploding with just like a bunch of like, check out this newsletter of this other writer that got the job opportunity you want. You're like, okay, cool. Until finally that season of which you can submit your TV pilot or your feature script and then get told they couldn't take you. NBC. Well, I guess I'll segue into it. Warner Brothers shuttered theirs. Their independent. Their I forget what it's called, Diverse Voices or something like that. Program for like 2 days, and then Deadline was just like, put that in there, and then shoved it out. Everyone got mad and everyone got all angry and all that stuff, right? And then 2 days later, an exec from Discovery said like, no, we're bringing it. Was like, we're not. We're just rebranding it and we're changing it to this thing, and it's still going to be the exact same thing, except now it's just under the giant umbrella of Discovery.
Sure.
And no fanfare. People were still angry because they're like, well, you're not including the same people involved. It's still under new management, X, Y, and Z, right? So opportunities missed and lost. It's tough. The industry gets harder and harder. Not if you have 10 million followers on TikTok. Because NBC has opened up their doors for their Creator Accelerator program. And in order to be what's it called? In order to be thought of considered, you must have 10 million followers on TikTok. And they are going to be training them and teaching them for 12 months how to become showrunners. And I was like, that's what's up. And no one's saying anything. No one peeped a fucking word. And I'm just like, where are you at, Deadline? Where are you at, Hollywood Reporter? Where are you at, Variety? All you motherfuckers can't wait to fucking shit on one guy. And then this, and it's like, oh my God, this is worse. This was worse.
That's so upsetting.
I was like, oh my God. So there's that. I mean, here we are. Here we are on Twitch. I
always tell that story about... God, what's her name? Who played Sansa Stark?
Sophia Turner.
Where she admitted, she was like, I got the role because I had more followers on Instagram. I saw the other girl. She was a better actress than me, but I had a bigger following on social media, so I got the job. She wasn't happy about that. She was honest about it, which I respect, but like, that's the where we're headed, y'all. Those people, like, okay. And nothing. There's so many people who would give their entirety to do those things because it's their dream, and it's being gift wrapped and handed to someone who
ate a Tide Pod.
Yeah, like chases clout, and they're gonna train them for 12 months rather than like go to the people who have devoted most of their lives to learning this craft. When they could train those people for 12 months, and it would be fucking amazing. No,
the people who moved out here and
we're giving it to people who do dances on the internet for strangers,
and
to catchy 30-second songs, and they're going to be our showrunners. They're going to be our creative choice candidates
because content
industry.
Because content, baby. People want content. Because what's funny? I was literally looking up the definition of content, and it takes you so long to actually get to the, I guess the lingua franca of what we talk about content nowadays, and it's literally material that can be packaged and circulated.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it. That's what people want. They don't want a story. They don't want a performance. They don't want art. They just want content.
We were gonna go with Peter Jackson for Lord of the Rings, but we decided to go with Logan Paul because he has more followers. We're gonna train him how to direct a movie for 12 months, and then he'll start production on Lord of the Rings. Fucking Christ. This is sorry, guys. That is disheartening to me.
This is when I say
Uh,
this. Scorsese was right. Oh
my God.
man. Oh man. So yeah. Sad news today. But with that, we'll go on to
Should have started with that.
I mean, to me, and this is the thing where I'm currently working on a show, and we're going through things right now, and it's literally like influencer based stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Emotional damage, T Dog. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And
You know what?
it's influencery stuff, and I was just like, yeah, this is it. This is that thing.
I'm gonna agree with that.
Corey's also gonna emotional damage. But with that, and you know what? Look, I ain't trying to take away anything away from anybody, but also y'all who don't care are part of the problem. So, we'll move on to the second part of the news, the last part, or the second part of the show, the last part, where we're gonna do questions from the audience, the listeners, the viewers, the chatters. And if you're watching this on VOD, go ahead and send us your questions for free at nerdon.tv/questions, or join our Nerdon Discord at nerdon.tv/Discord. But if you want to support some content creators, see, now you understand why I hate that word so much now.
No, I always got it.
Support us, because you know what, and this is the thing. I'll take a note from Guillermo del Toro, from David F. Sandberg. Call your thing the thing. If your thing is a film, it's a film. If it's a TV show, it's a TV show. It's a web series, it's a web series. A podcast, it's a podcast. A talk show, whatever. A discussion. And don't just call it content, because when you call it content, it's the same thing as Taylor Swift's newest album. Content, right? Stop devaluating yourself, the things you do, and the things that other people do. Movies that go out, and create big mega stars, and have great giant performances that Kate Blanchett could fucking go in, is not content. That is art. But if you want some questions answered on the fast, go over to nerdon.tv/Patreon, and on the fast. I was gonna say on the up and up,
like the new
on the new. And go to nerdon.tv/Patreon.
True.
Yeah, and donate that $1, that $1. And you can get your questions put ahead of the line, and you can ask questions such as, oh god, I don't think we answered this one before, but this one.
Let's do it anyway.
Okay, this question came out on my birthday. But
Happy birthday, Tom.
Oh, thank you. God, 32. So, do you have any series that you think were canceled just as they were getting good and deserve more seasons, like Firefly or Final Space?
Yes.
We could do some diversity. We've answered this kind of question before.
I mean, Pushing Daisies, I think, is always my number one.
Okay.
I think that show is probably one of my favorite that I've watched in a long time. I just think, have you seen it, Tom? Have you seen Pushing Daisies?
Nope.
Oh, Tom, you
don't even talk to me. Raised by Wolves.
No. I know Raised by Wolves, but like someone who romantic at heart, Tom, you should watch that show. It got canceled, I believe, in its second season. And I have said this on our show before. I think it was one of the most insanely creative TV shows that I've seen to date still. And I think it was unfortunate because, like, it was on at the time of, like, Grey's Anatomy and all those kind of things and stuff. And it was just like, we've seen all this shit. But this one show that wants to push limits and be colorful and be fun and be romantic and be funny, somehow you can't market that. Like, bullshit. So they canceled it. And I really think that it had another like 3 seasons in it, and it was just starting to get really fucking good at the end of that second season. It had Kristen Chenoweth in it, Lee Pace was in it, Paul Rubens was in it, Pee Wee Herman. A lot of people showed up, and it was just a beautiful, fun show. And I'm sad it got canceled. I wish it got more.
Well, I was gonna when you were like, "Oh, Tom," the only reason I said "Raised by Wolves" is because you still have not watched "Raised by Wolves."
I haven't. No, no.
So I was like, "Don't tell me I gotta watch something." Um, but
Just saying. I think you would watch it and you'd be like, God damn, how do we bring this back?
I mean, this is the thing.
Raised by
I'll,
Wolves.
so like, of course, I could say "Raised by Wolves," and I'll say it this way. I could have said Swamp Thing. We could have said fucking Constantine.
Mindhunter.
Mindhunters. But the one I'm going to go with, and something I mentioned today, is probably Lovecraft Country.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. I didn't really think it was executed well at the end. I think it had a really good start, kind of okay beginning, middle, and then it kind of just went fucking off the rails. But I think there aren't a lot of shows like that in terms of a full black cast and they're doing a period piece and they're combining
And sci-fi
supernatural,
fantasy.
science fantasy stuff, in that way with a better than cable television budget. And to me, I think I can do with one less like crime procedural or medical procedural in the world, even though
Grey's Anatomy is still on, by the way.
even though House is I love House, but like I don't need another like fucking SJPD Mercury News Health Division. It's like, oh
FDNYCPD.
yeah, it's like I don't need any more of that. And
Extreme.
I swear to God, even though I fucking petitioned for Stephen Ford to make a like a spin-off for WandaVision, I would hate it if the MCU had a fucking cop procedural. He could do something else completely, and you could do it with Randall Park's character, and that's totally fine. But just
I thought R.I.P.D. would have worked better as a TV show, to be honest with you.
that's the Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought R.I.P.D. as a weekly crime drama could have been a comedy. Sorry, weekly crime supernatural comedy. It would have worked better as a TV show than a movie. But someone said Rurouni Kenshin in the comments. Yeah, I agree with that. But we might be getting that now. So
I mean that, and it's cool seeing Rurouni Kenshin and then also Trigun getting reboots. And I'm like, ooh,
yeah.
Next question we'll go to. These are gonna be related questions, and these are Corey's favorite kind of questions. Well, the second one is TDog8282 asks, would you rather only be able to play video games for the rest of your life, or only be able to play board and card games for the rest of your life?
Whoa.
So Knights of the Old Republic or Magic the Gathering?
I think I would say video games, which hurts to say, but nowadays most board games and card games are being adapted to video games anyway. So I feel like that's the only way I could really get the best of both worlds. Like I can play Magic the Gathering on my computer now. I can play a lot of different board games on my computer now that I wasn't able to do before. I can play. They're coming out with a virtual, basically like Warhammer game, tabletop game on the computer. So as much as it hurts to say, because I love fucking board games, I love the community aspect of it all. I love sitting down with friends and playing Magic the Gathering. I would have to say, if I had to choose one, gun to my head, video games.
So I initially was going to say board games because I think I've built more bonds over board games than video games. But you know what I was thinking also? Bitch, I can make my own board game. I'll do video games because video games also could be performance too. And to much like getting Jennifer Hale to perform in a video game, like getting Nolan North to get Troy Baker to get all these people, and it's like, yeah, you know what, I would want to have that because at least if I don't want to have games with cutscenes, I don't have to have them. But then in a board game, I'll never get a cutscene.
Yeah.
Next question is going to be from Ethan, who related to that question.
Okay.
Now this is a question that like, okay, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. My fucking millennial brain can't handle this shit. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games but no games?
What does that mean? What does it mean?
So I'm gonna go in the short and quick on this.
Unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games but no games.
Yes. So
So not unlimited. So you don't get unlimited games.
pretty much.
It's either you get bacon or you don't.
I was there for 10
Is that right?
minutes. Yes, that's absolutely what it is. One of the answers doesn't have bacon, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna pick the bacon.
Is that really what it means? Yeah. Then yeah, bacon, I guess.
Yeah, and T Dog timed
That hurt my
Ethan
head to
out
think
for
about.
and Mamba was just like, I'm sick and I'm gonna go to bed now.
Never said no bacon.
You said
Or,
unlimited bacon.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
No.
but they're the same then.
One just has unlimited bacon. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm already done with that question from yesterday.
So it's either unlimited bacon or just regular amounts of bacon. Then it's regular amounts of bacon because I don't want to die early. If I had unlimited bacon, I would eat it more than I should.
No,
for sure.
I'll have
For
unlimited
sure.
bacon. I'll have unlimited bacon so I can
I'll
just
package it and sell it.
give it
and make
exactly.
money.
Just give it away. Just
There you
give
go.
it.
That's
Well, I
the
was
way
gonna
to
give
do
it away to the homeless or something like that.
Well, first, but it's unlimited. You got to eventually like imagine if you could sell the bacon and actually do something helpful rather than giving homeless bacon.
I guess make a lot of money and then just make like steal all of the money
If
and
you have unlimited
infrastructure.
bacon, you have unlimited money.
First you get the bacon, then you get the women.
Yeah. That's it, Tom. That's what I was getting at.
Okay. So now those are our 3 questions from the bin. We're gonna go into questions from the chat. I think I'm gonna ask a question that the Pref Wrestler asked last week. What is
Okay.
harder to get, a Tesla or that secret lair? SE.
What's harder to get, the Tesla or which secret layer?
I don't know. It says SE, and I think that's the end of it.
Oh, Tesla or the SE?
SE secret lair. What does that mean?
SE secret layer is what it says.
Yeah, it says or that secret lair SE. It's in the mega update notes tab.
Secret layer SE. Let me see. Oh. I know exactly what it was.
Uh-huh.
I was taught my news was about the heads I win, tails you lose.
Oh.
That's taken a year to produce.
Yeah.
And people are still wondering. Here's some bit of news. Wizards of the Coast cracked and put an official release date for we're going to start shipping these October 24th.
Oh.
So there's an update to that story. This week, so many people wrote in on Reddit and everything, and we're like, because the big thing on Reddit was to post your email to them with getting a non-response back.
Oof.
People were like, fuck these guys. We paid money a year ago. Blah, blah, blah. So finally, Wizards was like, October 24th, we're going to do it, which is cool, which is great. We have it, but it also makes me nervous that we've already had quality control issues, and now they're like pushing this forward. And I just ordered a secret layer today, so we'll see.
It's just the VFX industry shit, right? You know, gotta fix fast, like Sonic, and then all of Marvel being like, "Hey, remember when you used to make 2 movies a year? How about 4 shows and 4 movies?"
Yeah.
And it's like, no. How about no?
So the harder thing to get is the secret layer until we'll see how it goes.
But what's harder, that or no? You know what? PlayStation 4's 5s are actually kind of getting in stores and people are actually seeing them, so it's kind of wild.
Are they?
Yeah. Like somebody were like, "Oh shit, there's just a PS5." Like, "Oh my god." All right, cool. So that question's done. So Brad had asked some questions that are very pertinent to our update, and we should put those. What's the first Angela Lansbury movie you'd show someone to someone who wasn't familiar with her?
I mean,
my answer is I would.
Beauty and the Beast.
I wouldn't show them a movie. I'd show them Murder, She Wrote, because it's like
You show them Murder, She Wrote.
all Angela Lansbury all the time. That's like seasons upon seasons of seeing this sassy lady go to these random small towns where like
coastal towns.
Yeah, where like the postman has some dirt on like the diner man, and they end up working over at the mill guy, and everyone's
Yeah.
got like their own thing and chandeliers outside. Yeah, and like that. I spent.
It's either Murder She Wrote or Bed Knobs and Broomsticks,
Mhm,
which is like
that's the solid one.
it's the animated Disney, half animated, half not classic. But and then Beauty and the Beast, because that rendition of Beauty and the Beast is ingrained in my brain as a sound
Or
forever.
Anastasia, for me.
Is she in Anastasia?
She's the mom. At the very
Oh
end.
shit!
Yeah. That is probably my favorite. That's probably my
her.
favorite princess movie, Anastasia.
Because it's not Disney.
It's not Disney. But it's also just because like it's really weird that like so my mom and sister went to go watch Titanic that day, and then my dad's like, I'm gonna take you to watch a movie, and we watched Anastasia. And I was like, I'm a boy, you're a dad, and we're watching a princess movie. But you know what? It was a really good movie because Christopher Lloyd is great as Rasputin,
and Hank Azaria,
and John Cusack. Yeah, and Meg Ryan.
It's a good movie.
And
it's a very good movie.
What's his name?
Angela Lansbury.
But Richard Marx and crap, who else? Who's in Linda Rodstadt, I think. They sing a song together. Anyway, so next question from Brad. We all know him from portraying
That was
Hagrid.
directed by Don Bluth.
Am
what the hell?
Am I see? Again, I tell most people, y'all who have not physically met me, most times people get angry with me. One of our favorite guests on the show, Sierra, she hated me when we first met because I was so honest. I'm so truthful. Now, am I wrong about
Kelsey
Anastasia?
Grammer.
Am I wrong about Anastasia?
Oh, Bernadette Peters is in it.
I'm not wrong about Anastasia, baby.
Y'all.
I'm not wrong.
Kirsten Dunst is baby Anastasia.
Kiki.
Look at that, guys. Anyway, all right. Don Bluth directed. Whew. Okay. Anyway, next question.
Next question from Brad. We all know him for portraying Hagrid, but other than that, what's one performance of Robbie Coltrane's that you'd enjoy?
We talked about this, but Valentine from 007. He's great. Because their relationship was wonderful.
You know
they hated each other, they loved each other. Yeah.
It's one that I had to research when I saw this, and I forgot it existed. Do you remember watching old VHSs and then there was a trailer of randomly Rene Russo walking outside into this giant foyer, and then she just screams out into the void of the daylight and goes like that, and then animals show up?
No.
It's a movie called Buddy in 1997 where this woman has a bunch of fucking animals, and then there's this gorilla ape who is abandoned as a child, and then she just takes this gorilla and raises it up, and Robbie Coltrane plays the veterinarian or like the doctor.
Buddy.
I remember that movie, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't remember everything that happened, but I remember seeing
look at Paul Rubens, Alan
exactly. And when you're like Paul Rubens, I'm like, he's in that movie too, and he's
Philip
bald
Baker Hall. Frank Welker is Buddy. Frank Welker.
But like it was a movie like of this rich woman who's just like, I don't care for the laws of man. I'm going to take care of animals with my money. And I'm just like, what kind of crazy? This is movies they made in the 1997. Like I was like, they do not make movies like this anymore.
He was in Van Helsing.
Yes, he was.
Jekyll and Hyde, dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he was great.
He's too good for this world. Next question. This is gonna be the last question I'm getting for Brad. Brad, thank you so much for your contributions. I hope your stomach is better. Harrison Ford is not known for loving his a lot of his work, particularly Star Wars. Give me your best cranky Harrison Ford impression of how he feels about portraying Thunderbolt Ross.
Money. He did that on Conan once. They paid me a lot of money.
I think this is my Harrison Ford. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's like, they paid.
Get off my plane.
He's like, I broke my leg.
He's always pointing. He's always got that point.
It's a powerful point. It's gonna be a red big ass finger. All right, now questions from other people. Let's get one. Let's get one from 1992 Johnny Horror. I've just bought Bloodborne this weekend. Loved it, and it put me in a question for y'all. So my question is, would you like to live the life of repeating the same life, or would you make it different? Groundhog Day.
Oh, different.
Oh yeah, I'm a man of science.
What ifs are too interesting to me.
Oh yeah.
What ifs are far too interesting to me.
I'm
far too interesting.
Oh, but the comic book Bloodborne.
Oh. All right. I didn't know there was a comic book, to be honest.
I think Brad has talked about it. Does it do a repeating kind of thing? Because the whole point is that like you're a hunter, and then you like you wake up in like the hunter's dream, but you potentially that might be the reality, and then the true dream is like traveling the different towns.
That's awesome.
So, it's like the secrets of Old Yarnum and like the eldritch horrors that await us beyond space and time and shit like that. But
the art is very cool.
Oh, dude, Bloodborne. You know those foiled Junji Itos. That's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
This is really cool. I'm just looking. I just can't stop looking at the art. This is awesome. It's terrifying.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I would totally make the life different. Made by Titan Comics, yeah. Next question. We're gonna get one from Raph. If you had to battle a Nerd On member using construction equipment, what would you choose? Bulldozer, crane truck, excavator, masticator. What the fuck is a masticator?
Like choose things.
Okay.
Like BattleBot stuff.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Like BattleBots.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I know which one I'm gonna take.
You know which one you're gonna take?
Yeah. Excavator.
Excavator.
Excavator all day. It's got the reach. It's got the reach, and I could do shit.
Is that the one with the claw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, then yeah, easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excavator. 100%.
Raph, we just answered your question. Good night, y'all.
100%.
Yeah, excavator all day. And it was funny because I just worked on a thing that had like a bunch of construction stuff on it, and I was like, yeah, what's a crane truck? Hold on. What's a crane truck? Crane truck. How powerful is that one? It's got reach, and you'd have to swing it, and you can't probably swing it that hard. It's the one that could have that little hook that comes down. Yeah, no. Excavator.
It's for putting up cranes.
You're right.
Crane truck.
Get off my plane.
Get off my crane.
Oh man. Man. Okay. So
unclog my drain. There's a lot of jokes we could have here.
It's just, oh man. But
Harrison Ford going to the doctors. I'm in a lot of pain.
But what would they be called? Because it's Air Force One. Would it be called like Hair Force?
Air Force One. He goes to the dry cleaners. Get out this stain. This is my new joke for the next couple days.
You're just gonna text that to Mikey.
He's driving the freeway and has road rage. Get out of my lane.
Air Force None. Okay. Next question. Ooh, these ones are from Ethan. Who is a burrito a dumpling?
Sure.
Doesn't even try.
Yeah. Why not?
Is a burrito a dumpling?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I'll say no, because dumplings you can dip in things, and you don't really dip burritos in anything.
You can.
What?
I dip my burritos in the sauce all the time.
In the sauce?
Yeah, in the green sauce.
Usually, okay, but normal people, Tom, what they would do is they would pour the sauce into the burrito like this, and then they would take a bite. So, barring any exceptions from the rules, that's my argument why it's not a dumpling. Because dumplings you would take and you would dip.
I would say this. Every burrito is a dumpling, but not every dumpling is a burrito.
You can dip anything. That's not a good argument. You could dip a burrito. You could dip anything you want. Yeah, but it's typically when you're eating it.
Well, Corey, could you dip me? Because I have nipples.
Yeah, I could dip you, Tom.
Yeah, you can't have a Shalom burrito. There's no menudo in a burrito you can have. There's no basole you can have in a burrito, but you can't have soup in a dumpling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say.
A burrito would not hold soup.
Mhm.
There's
uh
the argument.
what? Ooh, T Dog. This question's for Corey.
Yeah,
What's the
right.
silliest thing your child has done so far, Corey?
The silliest thing she's done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's a really good question. A lot of things she does is very silly. Um, I
She's
really like this thing she does where she puts a toy on her face or like a stuffed animal and she pretends to freak out and then she moves it and checks if you're watching to see if you're laughing. I like that, but as of yesterday she started doing this. So she just looks around and she'll just look at you and go, and I think it's really funny.
so she's hereditary.
Yeah, she's hereditary. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
Creepy.
the toy on the face and pretending to like, oh, I've fallen, I've helped me, and then she like looks. She's like, are you watching?
She's her own
I
life
like that.
alert.
Yeah.
I've fallen.
I
I can't get.
also think I gave her applesauce for the first time. It was an apple, pumpkin, and cinnamon puree. And she loved it so much that she sat there with her arms out eating it. And every bite she took, she went, ah! And then she would take another bite and she was like so excited. I don't know. Babies are funny, man, because they don't have filters. So they just do everything.
Fucking A. This is the next question. It's on the chat. You're seeing it, Corey.
Wait, if tuna salad is a salad, then is bolognese a salad? Well, it's a sauce. It's a sauce. What bolognese is hot. Tuna
Sa-
salads aren't hot. I would be more inclined to say that like I was gonna say, well, macaroni salad is a salad. I think it's the mayo. I think that like turns all these other things into salads. You know,
well, hold
salads
on,
can be
hold on,
hot.
hold on. The thing is, Ethan, I understand your question, but you're prefacing it incorrectly because you're
Yeah,
saying if only the rules of tuna salad is a salad, then bolognese should be questioned to be a salad. But the thing is, meat and veggies did not make only salads. So in the whole of
I
the
see what you're
bolognese
saying.
becoming a salad, but you're saying if all you need to do is combine tuna and some leaves, it becomes a
And
salad,
mayo.
then sure, bolognese is a salad. But you're kind of leading the witness, I would say.
I would
Uh,
say, well, here's the thing, because like I guess in that situation, a tuna salad is what? It's like tuna and celery and mayonnaise.
well, if you look up bolognese, there's literally a dictionary definition. It's a ragu, Italian word for meat sauce. So
It's a
the
sauce.
the question is, if bolognese is a sauce, then is tuna salad a sauce?
A sauce. I could that's the better question there, and I would also say no because mayonnaise does not a sauce
Make.
make alone.
But also,
Uh,
Ethan, who question for you? What salad have you been eating that's hot?
hot salads, like with like a grilled chicken on top, because the chicken's hot, but the salad's still salad.
Yeah, the veggies are still cold. They're not withering. You could have gazpacho, which is a vegetable pureed soup, which is cold. Is that a salad?
Yeah. Is
uh,
tea a soup? Is
is no.
tea a
The
soup?
question is kimchi a soup? Because that has, or is, no, it's kimchi tea because it has juices and it's veggies, and
It's got
it's
the chunks.
you can have chunky tea.
Tea?
You could have loose leaf, and then you don't ever mix it, and then it just
Loose leaf
steeps.
you're supposed to like keep in a container.
I my
Yes, it's absolutely a soup. There he is. All right. That one I could get behind. That one I could get behind. That tea I could get behind being classified as a soup. There's one.
um
Because it's just flavored water of the shit that was in it. That's soup to me.
this is gonna be the last question of the night. Question from T Dog for Corey. Question: how long should I time Ethan out for?
None.
For
I oh for the
for that question,
Did no games, bacon games, no games?
I say for 24 hours into our next stream.
No, he got timed out already, right?
No, he got timed out yesterday for
Yeah,
10
that's
seconds.
fine. That's fine. That served the purpose there. We finally agree on one of these, and I'm very happy about it. That tea is a soup. I don't know if we agree or if I finally am just submitting to it all. Like I feel like, like did I get a psychic attack and I'm just finally like waving the white flag
Hey,
and the psychic damage is too much for me.
at least you can keep a family recipe secret.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
it's taking you months to get to this point versus just one time. So it's like, come on, what really do this?
Oh, you're talking about
Black
Black
Mass.
Mass?
Yeah,
David Harbour, dude.
David Harbour, Johnny Depp.
Before David Harbour was David Harbour.
I've been liking David Harbour so much, and I don't even know why. It's kind of like Oscar Isaac. I liked him a lot because of Sucker Punch.
What did you like David Harbour from?
David Harbour, I liked him.
Because I can just see him in my mind going garlic and a little soy.
A little bit of soy. I forget what it was, but
Quantum
I
of
remember
Solace?
No.
End of Watch? Green Hornet?
It could have been Green Hornet. It could have been that.
Law and Order SVU?
No. I think. Let me see.
Every
Snitch,
Day?
Frankenstein, Black Mass, Awake.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Oh, it might be The Newsroom. It might have been The Newsroom.
Quick Feelings. Violent Night.
Violent Night. Oh! Hey, it's not Mel Gibson. I'll watch it. Hey, it's not going to be anti-Semitic. I'll watch it.
It's super leaning into the cheesiness of it, and that's what I need from something like that, is to, like, know what you are.
Can I say something, though, real quick? I'm going to piss off a lot of people before we end off the night.
Sure.
Action movie fans, y'all are becoming Sonic fans. As in,
Whoa.
like, Sonic the video game franchise, because some of you guys have been so abused. So Sonic fans have been abused by Sega for so long that, like, they think every Sonic game is good. Action movie fans, you guys have been abused so much by, and unfortunately, probably by the MCU so much that you think every action movie that's not MCU is, like, good. Because I watched Prey over the weekend, and it's okay. It's to me it's not to scream home to the kids. Everyone's acting as if it was the second coming of Christ, as if like, oh my God, Dan Trachtenberg has revived Prey in such a good way. I thought it was really good, but I was like, everyone was saying like how phenomenal it was. I was like, it's because you guys have
new Predator one.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was good. There's a lot of people being, cry pissy babies. It was like, oh, a girl, blah blah blah. And
I heard she was good.
She was great. She was good. The performances were good, but the story beats were very predictable and all that stuff. And like, there's a final showdown, and obviously the human wins. Very much like every Predator movie. So it's like, to me, it's like, what are you talking about? How it reinvigorates the entire franchise? It just does what every Predator movie does that does a good Predator movie at all. And so for everyone who's just like, oh, good action movies. I'm like, I don't think you guys remember what a good action movie feels like anymore, because you guys have just been abused by like just like action movies are a thing. Like The Gray Man. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's actually like really good. I'm like, it's actually very okay. It's like very okay. I think the last like good action movie I would probably have to say that I saw
John Wick 2.
Is it John Wick 2?
I think that's just the last one that came to mind. I don't actually know if that's correct.
I don't even know, man. I don't even.
I didn't love 3.
I can't even. I mean, it's probably Ip Man.
Jeez.
But like, I don't know. That's the thing where it's like it's hard to have an original action movie, but it's like, I saw The Gray Man, I've seen Extraction, I've seen Triple Front, all these like Netflix action-y movies, and I'm like, nah, all right, they're good.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is good.
Logan. I guess it's not really an action movie. I mean, it is.
It's an action movie, but it plays so much better as a Western.
Upgrade.
Upgrade's good. It's a little bit sci-fi thrillery, but pretty good action. I'm thinking of like,
John Wick.
Give me like a Stallone, a Schwarzenegger-y, explosions, action.
Oh, The Gentleman. Oh, you didn't see The Gentleman.
I haven't seen The Gentleman yet.
Godzilla.
I mean, Kingsman is pretty good. right?
Kingsman. Yeah.
Kingsman. RRR. Yeah, I know RRR. Let me see.
Nobody? Did you see
I
Nobody?
didn't see Nobody yet, which I'm like, I'm worried about because everyone kind of had the same exact like, oh, this is such a good. It's like John Wick, but blah blah. I'm like, I don't want to see
Harder
a
They Fall?
Harder They Fall's good. It's a Western ensemble, but like
That's true. It's not really action,
I need like a one man army.
You need like Die Hard or like
Yeah,
something like that, like Taken.
yeah, one man armies, or one woman armies. You know,
So Upgrade would be the closest thing I can think of to that right now in the last 5 years.
yeah. I mean, Atomic Blonde was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Atomic Blonde was okay. I mean, maybe fucking Casino Royale. Like that's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't think there has been good action.
Army of the Dead
That's
ensemble.
more of ensemble. I need a one man wrecking machine.
What about what's it called with Benicio del Toro
Oh,
and
Sicario.
yeah.
That's much more of like a crime thriller because it's very slow.
Okay,
It's very slow.
got it.
Comparatively to like, oh, that's what I watched recently. I watched Eraser on Netflix. I was like, God
Dread.
damn, this is so good. Dread's good. Dread is good.
Dread is good.
Dread is good, and maybe The Raid.
The Raid. Oh,
The Raid.
dude, no, it's The Raid.
The Raid.
It's The Raid.
The Raid.
The Raid.
But Eraser. Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Caan, Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Good action. All right. Let's end it there, everyone. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for the participation.
Come back
for
next
coming
week.
out. And continue the conversation on the Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord. Have you seen Kate? I wanted to watch Kate. That was the Luc Besson film. I wanted to watch that one. But let's go ahead and raid somebody. We'll go ahead and send it over to Ali Eldrazi playing some Magic the Gathering. Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Take care of yourselves. Did I miss anything, Corey? Anything else
No.
going on? All right. I'll see you guys Thursday for my
Thirsty
stream.
Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, you know the drill. As always, nerd
Right
on.
on.